And now here's the starter for Atlanta, Chris Sale.
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
All right, ready to go here. Spencer Horwitz digs in now. And with that, we're underway in Atlanta. That one way inside. That's in there.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That's outside. Now 2-2. Outside. And a swing and a miss, and that's the first out. Here's the Pirates lineup now. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Just getting started here at Truist Park outside Atlanta. Line drive, and that's base hit out into left center field. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting third, right fielder, Brian Reynolds.
Brian Reynolds here.
Oh!
Man at first, one away. That one finds the zone. Strike one.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
That one misses. Ball three. I thought that was a strike, and here's a challenge. It just shaved the zone. They'll keep both their challenges. Lau leads off first with one away. Next offering misses, and now it's 3-2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Payoff pitch. Liner, base hit. Lau around second, headed for third. And it'll be runners at second and third, only one away.
Batting fourth, left fielder.
Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap, and I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. Golden opportunity right here.
That's a ball.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
That finds the mark on the inside corner. It's off the inside edge. 2-2. One down. Runners at second and third. Spear to the mound. Runner might be in trouble. Ball comes home, and he's dead at the plate.
Well, I can understand how they want to be aggressive against this guy. Try to get those runs early, because if you don't, you may not get them later on. But you just have to do a better job of picking your spots. Outstanding job by the defense. They know who's on the bump for them. And if they can get the outs defensively, they're going to move through this game pretty well.
Marcell Ozuna in the box now. Takes strike one. Two on, two outs. And a foul ball. First inning going a bit long. 23 pitches to this point. Swing and a miss. Got him to go up the ladder for the K. Pirates strand a couple. And now the Braves will get their first crack at it. No score. Back after this on the show. Bottom of the first. And on the mound for the Pirates, Paul Skeens.
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Ronald Acuna Jr., the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. And the 1-0. Ripped on a line, and that's got extra bases written all over it. Now he'll turn for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Matt Olson down. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side. Man at second. Out to short. Gonzalez to first in time. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the Atlanta Braves lineup. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boog. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
So now with one away and a man at second. So here's the Braves designated hitter, Jurickson Profar. That catches the outside corner. Strike one.
Man, that pitch was dotted. So much talent on display when this guy's out there on the hill. That was absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
One out and a runner at second. Pickoff throw. Acuna dives back in. Swing and a ball lifted left field. O'Hearn under it. 2 away.
Batting fourth, catcher
Drake Baldwin. Next up for the Braves. Siggy, he's got a history of coming through in the big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
Lined into right. That is the inning. End of one, and we're still scoreless. Back in Atlanta Truist Park, at the plate for Pittsburgh, O'Neal Cruz. Foul ball there.
Ball one.
Ooh, Rusty Valentine umpiring behind the plate in this one. He has what you might call a tall strike zone, both at the letters and down below the knees.
Yeah, and I'm sure that helps a lot of pitchers we see today who like to work up, down, trying to change eye levels and swing paths.
Yep, exactly.
Got him. One up, one down. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
Nick Gonzalez, the next Pirate to hit. Swings and blasts one deep to left center, carrying well, and it is gone. That one felt good. The Pirates score first. It's 1-0.
He wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Jared Triolo in the box now. No balls and a strike. Yo one. Out towards right center field. And that'll fall for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
You know what they say, he couldn't have thrown it out there any better than that, and certainly the case that time. Just flared it back behind the second baseman and dropped it in there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
This is Joey Bart. Bart will handle the catching duties in this one, hitting ninth in today's lineup. And his on-base percentage this season is right around .360.
There you go.
Tries to hold up, appeal to first, no swing. Step off, throw to first.
No, he got it.
Triolo back in on a dive. One run across in the frame so far here at the top of the second.
In today's game, not that many fastball counts, but hitters still in the back of their minds, they're looking for one. 2-0 changeup call right there. Excellent pitch selection to go with.
And a 2-1 on the way. That breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Triolo stands at first with one out. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
And ball four, two aboard.
Up next for Pittsburgh, first baseman Spencer Horwitz.
First and second, one out. Spencer Horwitz, the next Pirate to hit. Led off the game with a strikeout. That's in there. And it's 0-1.
Really good job in this spot to get ahead in the count. He's going to have to continue, finish off this hitter.
Swung on, belted. That one carrying. Going, gone. 3-run shot. It's their second home run of the inning, and they add to their lead. It's 4-0.
That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
And now it's Brandon Lau. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Pitch misses. Ball 1.
Well, a really rough inning out there on the mound. And this is one of those where you learn a lot about a guy's toughness and his ability to turn the page and keep pressing forward.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. The lefty ready, and a 1-1. Hit hard on the ground to the right side, and foul ball. The 1-2. Struck him out swinging, and that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching, is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
2 down, nobody on. And a big swing and a miss. Sets him down on strikes. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. It's now a 4-0 ball game. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Austin Riley.
This is a very important inning here. After scoring all those runs, you want your pitcher to come out and just mow them down. The offense has worked hard. It's shut down inning time.
Swings through that one. Out to center. 1 down.
Batting 6, left fielder
Mike Yastrzemski, the second MLB Yaz, steps in. That one way inside.
Back-to-back fastballs in. That last one called for a strike. Probably go away, but look for him to come back in there to try to finish you off.
Popped up. Triolo gets under it. And there's 2 down.
batting 7, second baseman Ozzie Albies.
That misses. Ball 1. Inside, almost got him.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
gets a piece and stays alive. Triple digits on that last pitch. Braves go down quickly here. They trail it here 4-0.
Leading off for the Pirates, left fielder Ryan O'Hearn.
You know, these Pirates showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. Pitch count is pretty high, and they've plated 4 runs already, so I think it's safe to say their game plan is working out pretty well right now.
Throw on to Olsen. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd.
Up next for the Pirates.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Just missed.
That's away.
By not chasing out of the zone, they're getting good pitches to hit. When you can do that, you have a much better chance to square up the baseball and do damage like they have so far.
The 1-1 is fouled off. One and two now. Sale. Ground ball left side. Throws across the diamond. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
Center fielder O'Neal Cruz.
Hit hard but foul off to the left. Inside, just missed. Next offering is down low. Tap foul at the plate. Two down, nobody on. That one almost got him. The 3-2 is off the outside edge, and that is ball 4.
For Pittsburgh, shortstop Nick Gonzalez.
That misses.
No, that's a
ball
ball.
1. Some early action out there in the bullpen. Yoel Payamps up and throwing. Wentz getting cranked up as well. Cruz off of first with 2 away. Step off throw to first, and he just got his hand in there. Though Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. Swing and a ball popped in the air. Olsen under it, and that is that. So 1 left for Pittsburgh, but they're in front 4-0.
Leading off for the Braves, center fielder Michael Harris II.
That one finds the zone. That's strike 1. Swings through that.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Swing and a pop up in foul ground. 1 away.
Batting ninth, the shortstop Mauricio Dubon.
Ball one.
Swinging a foul out of play. Here's a 1-1. In the air, left field. O'Hearn on the move. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the Braves, right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Fought off foul. That's a ball. Went with the sweeper.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
In the air to left center. And that will end the inning. Nothing doing for the offense that time. On to inning number 4. It's the Pirates 4 and the Braves nothing.
Leading off for Pittsburgh, third baseman, Jarrett Triolo.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game. Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence level is raised right here.
2-0 to count. Here it comes. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. And a quick out number 1.
Up next for the Pirates, catcher, Joey Bart.
High fly ball pretty well struck out towards right center. Going back on this one. Out of here. That'll fire up the dugout. And they add a run. It's 5-zip.
Sitting first pitch fastball, and that's what he delivered. He guessed right, squared it up, and he made it look way too easy.
It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. That does it for Chris Sale as the lefty makes way. And the home run really bit him today as he exits on the hook for the loss. New arm coming on after the break.
Now pitching.
New pitcher on here, Yoel Payams.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Backed off the plate that time.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Riley slings to first in time.
Up next for the Pirates, second baseman, Brandon Lau.
Ball one.
2 down, bases empty, but 1 run across. Top half of inning number 4. And
That's a
another ball. That one off the mark. Ball 3. Two down, nobody on. Drilled out towards left center field. Brings it in with a nice running grab. And that is that. Cannonball coming. And the lead is now 5-0.
Leading off for the Braves, first baseman, Matt Olson.
Oh, he
No,
doesn't get
that's
the
a
call.
ball.
Ball 1.
Whoa.
Just missed. And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Didn't miss by too much, but it'll stay a ball. So they'll lose their first challenge. That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
Up next for the Braves, designated hitter, Jerickson Profar.
That one misses. That's 5 straight. In the dirt. Profar gets a piece there. Olson gets his lead at first with nobody out. Fastball almost got him there. So a walk puts runners at first and second.
Up next for the Braves, catcher, Drake Baldwin.
Here's an opportunity. If you're going to get back in this game, you have to take advantage of this situation. This feels like their chance.
And the 0-1.
2 walks in the inning already, and he just doesn't seem comfortable out there. Like he can find the right mechanics and then repeat them.
That one is absolutely belted. A dive, and he can't haul it in. Here comes Olson around third. He will score. It's 5-1.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick. You know, these Braves doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Nope, that's off the plate.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Swings through that one out in front that time. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Next for the Braves, left fielder,
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And a strike on the outside corner. 0-2 now. Strike three, and that's 2 in a row.
Dominating strikeout there on just 3 pitches, and that's what a good power pitcher can do to you. If he's hitting his spots, filling up the strike zone, sometimes he bats over before it really begins.
Fastball is outside.
That's the ball.
Two on, 2 outs. Swing and a ground ball. Lau sends it to first. They limit the damage here. But a run will score in the inning on this RBI double. It's now 5-1.
leading off for the Pirates, right fielder Brian Reynolds.
Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for Pittsburgh, left fielder Ryan O'Hearn.
Swing and a miss, strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Right side, Albies. The underhand flip. There's one to first, not in time. Great effort there.
Up next for the Pirates, the designated hitter Marcell Ozuna.
Close, but called a ball. And that's ball one. Challenge from behind the dish here. And that just scraped the zone. The call is overturned. So they've still got both their challenges. The 0-1. Fastball for a strike. High umps. In his 5th season, he features a slider, a four-seamer, a sinker, and he works in a changeup on the inside corner for called strike 3.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in, so you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. It's hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball, but either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Yoel Payamps done for the afternoon. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching.
Righty reliever out of the pen,
Number
Ian Hamilton.
71.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep this score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
That's off the corner.
O'Hearn, the runner at first with 2 gone. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Now 1 missed. And there's a foul ball. Two now. And a ground ball to first. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Pirates leave 1. They lead this one, though, 5-1.
Leading off for the Braves, center fielder, Michael Harris II.
And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Comes up empty.
That was straight queso right there.
Outside low. Now 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that one is lifted in the air. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Braves, the shortstop, Mauricio Dupont.
Just off the inside edge. And it's fouled away.
Ball 2.
Strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Swing and a miss. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Not the best location with the fastball on strike 3, but when you're pumping high 90s, you'll get away with some of those. More margin for error. You know, the fastball has become such a huge strikeout pitch in the sport, and I think a lot of it has to do with all the attention and emphasis on improved spin rates. These fastballs are just exploding out of the pitcher's hands and jumping through the zone.
2 down, nobody on. Last half of inning number 5. That one finds the zone, and 1-1. Went with the sweeper for the strike. Two down, nobody on. Fouls that off to the left, and will do it again. Two balls, 2 strikes to count with 2 outs.
Well, this is a guy that can be frustrating for pitchers because he fouls off so many pitches and grinds out the at-bat. I'm sure there's some times where a pitcher would rather just give up a first pitch single than have to waste 6 or 7 pitches on one hitter.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. In the air to left center. Cruz settles under this one. And that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We're through 5. It's the Pirates 5 and the Braves 1. Welcome back. A few highlights to help tell the story of the game. Now, Nick Gonzalez.
For Pittsburgh, shortstop, Nick Gonzalez.
Pitch misses inside, and that's ball 1. The Braves bullpen has some activity. Aaron Bummer, the left-handed reliever, appears to be getting loose. Wentz also throwing. And another ball. That one misses.
Nope, ball four.
So a leadoff walk.
Up next for the Pirates, third baseman, Jarrett Triolo.
Out towards left center. Harris on his way over. Makes the grab.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
1 out man at first. Now here is Joey Bart. He's already homered in this game.
No, that's a ball.
Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone.
Good approach right there. You want to get something just a little higher that you can elevate. Stay out of that double play.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Not sure exactly what he was thinking there. Good sinker ball pitcher goes with the fastball in a double play situation when he needs something on the ground.
The 1-2. In the air, right field. 2 away down.
Up next for Pittsburgh, first baseman, Spencer Horwitz.
Ball.
Gonzalez leads off first with 2 down to the inning. Swing and a miss. And a count even 1-1.
Definitely not a pitch location you're expecting up there as a hitter when you know the guy's got a good sinker ball. If he can get in that location, boy, you've got to look top to bottom, and that's going to make it very difficult to hit.
2-1 now. And there's a
No,
ball.
that's a ball.
Hamilton wants to challenge that one. Thought it was a strike. And the call stands. It was indeed a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Way out front for strike 2.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score.
Take your base.
That's a good at bat right there. He was down early in that plate appearance. Works the walk. Here comes the manager out of the Braves dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Ian Hamilton won't go any further, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher for the Braves, Aaron
number
Bummer.
49.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
First and second, 2 outs. Lau at the plate, 1 for 3.
Oh.
2 on, 2 outs.
Could be some
No,
action
that's a
here on
ball.
this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And another ball. Ryan Reynolds next to bat for the Bucks. Here's a 3-0. And there's the automatic. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
And boy, that was the pitch. 3-1. You want to be really aggressive on the fastball.
And
Oh,
that'll load the
take it base.
bases.
Up next for the Pirates, right fielder Ryan Reynolds.
That one's upstairs, ball 1.
Pressure's
that's low.
on right here. 2-0 count, bases loaded. You don't want to fall to a 3-ball count and then walk in or on. He's got to challenge the hitter right here.
Fouled off left side. The 2-1. Just
outside.
missed.
Look, in situations like these, the air can get really thin up there at the plate. Got to find a way to breathe and slow everything down.
Ball 4.
Think about it.
He's walked in a run.
Up next for Pittsburgh, left fielder Ryan O'Hearn.
2 outs, bases full. Ryan O'Hearn, the next Pirate to hit. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts.
Oh.
Traffic on the bases with 1 already in, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
Oh.
Pitch gets away. The throw to third, and he got him. Wow, what an end to the inning. So they pick up a run on no hits, but they leave 2 men on. 2, 3, 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. It's the Pirates 6 and the Braves 1. Back at Truist Park, now in for the Braves, Matt Olson.
Matt Olson.
Ball. Ball. High.
And that's a strike. Upstairs.
Oh, they have had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. 1 down.
Up next for the Braves, designated hitter Jurickson Profar.
First pitch way inside, a fastball.
Ball 2.
The wind to kick the 2-0. Profar gets a piece there. The 2-1. Fastball is outside. That's ball 4. Tried another fastball, but missed the spot.
Up next for the Braves, catcher Drake.
One down.
Baldwin.
And next for Atlanta, Drake Baldwin. Foul ball. Man, that got him square in the mask. Popped in the air, left field. And he makes the catch. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the Braves, third baseman Austin Riley.
The bit behind with that swing. It's strike 1.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. 0-2. Profar off of first with 2 away.
Let's go, Austin.
Strike 3. Good luck hitting the cover star. Braves strand 1. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1. We go to the top of the 7th. At the plate for Pittsburgh, Ryan O'Hearn.
No.
And a swing and a miss.
Let's go, Aaron.
Swings through that one. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. On the ground, right side. Albies over to first in time. And the leadoff hitter set down to open the 7th.
Designated hitter Marcell Ozuna.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot. Aaron Bummer gives way, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching.
Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Tyler Kinley.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
In the air to left center. Harris has a beat on it. 2 down.
Up next for Pittsburgh, center fielder O'Neal Cruz.
Here's O'Neal Cruz. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1.
Well, that's really the money spot. Down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Strike 2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Had him out front for strike 3. Down in order go the Pirates. They still lead it though, 6-1. Bottom of the 7th. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Mike Yastrzemski. High fly ball down the left field line. That one back there, and it's a foul ball.
Oh, one.
On the ground to first. Horowitz takes it to the bag, and one away in the bottom of the 7th.
Up next for the Braves, second baseman, Ozzie Albies.
That's a ball.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. The 1-1. The Pirates leading by 5 here at the bottom of the 7th. 2-1 pitch is in there. The count is even. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Laser could be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And that's a double.
Up next for the Braves,
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Paul Skeens departs, and he exits with a nice lead. Threw the ball well, and we'll have a new pitcher when we come back.
Now pitching for Pittsburgh.
On the mound now for the
Number
Pirates,
61,
Justin Lawrence.
Justin Lawrence.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
1 out, runner at second. Michael Harris the second. Next up for the Braves. This one in the air center field. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Braves, the shortstop, Mauricio Dubon.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And that is that. So a job well done from the Buccos bullpen. 8th inning coming up. It's the Pirates 6 and the Braves 1. Ready to begin the
Leading off
8th.
for the Pirates,
At the plate for
shortstop,
Pittsburgh, Nick Gonzalez. Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 1. Out towards right center field. Acuna on the move to the alley. And there's one down.
Up next for Pittsburgh, third baseman, Jarrett Triola.
Just missed.
That's a ball.
He swings and fouls one off. The 2-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Nice, doubled up with the slider for that punch out. The one before just caught the zone, so as a hitter you have to protect right there. Great pitch to just expand a little bit more. He got that chase he was looking for. That right there is good pitching.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. Tyler Kinley is done, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for
New
the
pitcher for the Braves, Joey
number
Wentz.
33, Joey Wentz.
Here's Joey Bart now. He's already homered here in this one.
Here we go, Joey.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Yastrzemski should have this one. And that's the 3rd out. Nothing doing here this half. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Pirates 6 and the Braves 1. Back here in Atlanta. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. And that one almost hit him. Got him swinging.
Up next for the Braves, first baseman, Matt Olson.
Ball.
Just missed.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Here's a 2-0.
Hey!
Here's the pitch to Olsen. There's a strike. Right side, hard hit. That's it out.
Up next for the Braves, designated hitter, Jerickson.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Justin Lawrence will depart.
Now pitching for
They hand the ball over to a new arm, Yohan Ramirez.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Two outs, base is empty. Now batting Jerickson Profar. He's 0 for 1. Inside, almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the air, left field. And that should be extra bases. Around first, heading for 2. And he greets the new arm from the bullpen with a double.
That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Baldwin.
Man on second, 2 down.
That's the ball.
Moving in the bullpen, Kyle Nicholas. The hard-throwing righty is up and loosening. Majinski warming up as well. The 1-1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Man at second. Strike him out looking. 1 left for Atlanta. They trail it 6-1. We go to the 9th, and now the Pirates leadoff man, Spencer Horwitz.
Nope, that's away.
Check swing called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Oh.
Hit in the air, left field. And there's 1 down.
Up next for Pittsburgh, second baseman, Brandon Lau.
Now a screamer into the outfield. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around first, heading for 2. In safely. It's a double and his second hit.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt the other way.
One out. Runner at second. Brian Reynolds will hit next.
No, that's a ball.
Man at second. That one a little bit high, at a count now 2-0. Swings through that. That's to third. Riley throws to first in time.
Up next for Pittsburgh, left fielder Ryan O'Hearn.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Man on second, 2 down.
Oh.
That clips the corner. This to center field. Makes the grab. Nice play after the long run. And that is that. So one left for Pittsburgh. They lead it, though, 6-1. Bottom of the ninth. Now in for the Braves, Austin Riley.
Austin Riley.
There it was. Oh, here it is. Hit it. He gets a take. Gets ahead in the count.
Ripped, but it curls foul.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Here's the 0-2. Ripped to short. Slings to first. And the leadoff man retired here in the ninth.
Up next for the Braves, left fielder Mike Yastrzemski.
Oh.
One down, base is empty here in the ninth. In the air, left side. O'Hearn settles underneath it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Braves, second baseman.
So they're down to their final out. Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Swing and a miss. And that's strike one.
Oh.
That one
No,
missed.
that's a ball.
Looked like a strike to me. And here comes the challenge. It just shaved the zone. So they get to hang on to their second challenge. Ramirez is just one strike away. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Sometimes road trips can be tough. You're away from your